So we work tirelessly now, and there isn't an immediate reward for that, or there isn't immediate progression, for that. And I feel like we feel somewhat we develop some kind of existential crisis, like why am I not progressing in life, or whatever the case may be. Why isn't this company recognizing my talent? But you've only been there for a year. Relax a bit. And we also double up with this thing of a lot of kids, let me not say kids today, but the youth today are qualified or overqualified. We come there with all these fancy papers and we think that we're entitled to a better position because we work hard and we have honors, and I think that's where the clash is. And then obviously, like, how are you gonna fucking go up with a 45-year-old,
Yeah.
Like Simon, I said I did this. Then Simon's like, no, that's not how you do it, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
So about that point, right?
Yeah.
That point, age when you go in the office, age is a number, bro.
Yeah, it's just a number.
It's just a number, bro.
It doesn't affect anything.
It's the older generation. I've seen this. They tend to get a bit emotional when someone younger is in charge of them or is now trying to step up to the next level. They sort of get a bit emotional to it. But in all fairness, like I said, it becomes a personal thing. Some people are just really great at leadership, bro. So they obviously want to step up and be the leader. And with the workplace, like I've had people from my age, even younger than me. No, I'm not younger than me. I'm lying. Not younger than me. My age and older than me. All older than me. Some even, like, one lady was 40 something. And her and I have a great relationship, bro. Like we had a great relationship, like working together as well. She had no issue with me being her leader. Like I said, there's some people who just want to come in, do their work and go. She was one of those type of people, bro. So she had no issues with me and my leadership style. Did we ever clash? Maybe once or twice, right? But it becomes very personal in some scenarios. Like you're speaking about this guy, this is his only job and his manager's threatening him with termination, whatever. There's laws that cover that shit, bro. Why are you so emotional about it? Like I said, it's political. It's a political game. That's why I'm saying don't get emotionally attached. Someone cannot threaten you in a job because there are laws that cover your employment. It's the Employment Equity Act. So go and learn the Employment Equity Act. Most people in South Africa have access to Wi-Fi, right? Or they go sit by a shop and go use their Wi-Fi, right? So go there, instead of going to like someone's picture on Instagram, go educate yourself on the Equity Act, bro. I'm not saying go learn the thing word for word. I'm saying get clued up. Even go watch some YouTube videos, bro. Just get some basics. Like even now, there's articles now about WhatsApp breaking. If you send text on WhatsApp after hours, that's breaking the law. It's breaking the law, bro. So there's all of these things, and the Papaya Act came in place as well. So there's so many things you need to really go. Obviously, you don't have all the answers, but there's shit that governs the way people are allowed to treat you. And when you emotionally attach it, you're like, this guy's such a fucking jerk. He's always, always saying this stuff to me. Okay, what did you do? Did you stand? Did you get some backbone and stand up towards him, or did you just go to your wife and be like, baby, this guy, he's a boss. Nothing I can do. And if you're just doing that, and then you come home emotional about it, whose fault is that? You can't blame the whole environment, or you can't blame the workplace. It's your fault. What have you done to stand up and show some backbone? And I promise you, bro, like the top management, when you can show a backbone, they see more leadership qualities in you versus if you just say yes, man. And that's how it works, bro. That's why I always say never emotionally attach yourself to something you don't own, right? Even like simple things like a phone, if you own it, don't emotionally attach yourself. But story for another day, bro. But when it comes to the work environment, if it's not your company, don't emotionally attach yourself. When I go to work, bro, I go with the mindset of being the best version of me. I may not want to own the company or be CEO of the company one day, but I will not make myself do less work because I don't like the company or it's not my company, or because I feel like I don't have to put in that much effort. I'll always go there, put in my max effort because that's my character. So that's why I say it becomes an emotional thing, a personal thing, is because my best effort will always go into my work. Maybe I'll have 1 or 2 off days, cool, but my best effort always goes in there. And if I had an argument with a manager, cool, it was a shit moment. Next day, we're over it. We can speak. I have no choice, right? I have to speak to him in any case. There's no running away from it, bro. It's just not like you chick, you can't block her or just not talk to her, whatever the case is. This motherfucker basically owns you, bro. But he's not owning you in the sense of, slavery. He's not owning you in that sense. So you have a voice. If you don't use it, I feel like there's no need for you to say the environment's toxic, bro. If you're not speaking up, bro, you must suffer then. I just feel like people are too emotional. They maybe we understand they're going through a lot of things as well, right? Everyone's going through something, but there are people who are worse off than you. All you can do is apply your best self every day and work that way, bro. And if someone threatens you, with termination or whatever, there are equity laws. He cannot be threatening you with that. There's always a way, bro. And the thing is, if you don't read, you'll never know.
That's a nice one. Develop a backbone.
I feel like people need to develop backbones, bro.
That's a nice one.
Thanks, bro.
Slachtel evening, bro. That's a nice one.
Virtual handshake. But I agree with you in that sense. Like about not attaching yourself to the fact that, it's not your asset, it's not your asset and things like that. I think when you say show up and be the best version 100%, that's all you can really do for yourself.
That's all you can do for yourself.
And be aware, because, it's one thing, I've experienced this where people will complain about a certain person, right? They this, they that, but what have you done? What have you done? Let's hear it out. Because I'm not a person where I was that person where I keep quiet. Oh, let me not say something because what if they, get rid of me or something. Then I said, hang on. Basically what I'm saying is, let me get out of this job and move over somewhere else. But then somebody else is going to come and suffer through what I went through because I didn't speak up. And who knows what this person is doing. Because like you said, it may not be the entire culture of this place. It's a person thing.
Yeah,
and sort the problem out. Yeah, sort that problem out. Speak up, because if you don't, you're letting other people suffer because you refuse to make the change.
Yeah,
interesting. Because I always wondered, but what is it about this work culture? People are. I remember one of my girlfriend's friends. She was complaining about how her first job after graduating literally hospitalized her because she was so stressed. She was so depressed. And I'm asking myself, no disrespect to your job, what was it exactly that made you depressed and hospital? And then she went on to explain it was the manager. He was overbearing.
See, it's a person.
So much. So I'm like, okay. I don't want to go to race politics as well.
Yeah.
You still have that inferiority complex. But
there's people who sometimes still have that perception on other people. Very rare, but there is people, bro. So let's not say that doesn't exist, because it does exist. But like you just said, bro, she was emotionally invested, and it was just the manager that was the problem.
Yeah. You gotta also, I think there's also, the boundary between, it's a toxic work environment, but also how much, because we each have a tolerance. How is your stress tolerance? What gets you to the point where you actually stress and are breaking down?
Yeah.
It's different for all of us, And I think contributing to that is when you go into these situations, because there is tons of these people out there that are difficult, right? We all have grown up differently. We have different ways of thinking. It's never going to be, we all think one streamlined service provider. But you've got to also find ways for you to cope with those things. Know when the boundaries are. This is work, this is home. These are ways for me to cope with my stress. How am I doing? Because sometimes people are going to hospital and breaking down because of deadlines. The deadlines are too strict. It sounds silly, but it really happens. You're stressed, you don't want to let your team down, you don't want to let things down. It's a valid reality for people. But we gotta find ways to sort of deal that stress, because it's not slowing down. Life is not going to slow down. They are not going to stop. We can start expecting people to be more realistic and be humane. That's always what I say to people, is when you come into this job, don't forget your human element, because to some degree you're going to need it. Don't think people are robots and expect them to work crazy hours. Don't think, you know something takes 5 months to be delivered, but you say 3 months because you want it, you know. Like, don't forget that, but learn how to deal with those things, and also like figure your way through it. If someone is making your life a hell, that's a different conversation. Sort that out.
Yeah.
You know, like Ramiro said, you have you need to have the knowledge behind you to say this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. Go to HR, go to your HR, figure out, you know, you're not reporting anyone, but what are my sort of, how do you
Laws,
say,
I
what
guess.
are my, what is protecting me
Yeah,
as an
yeah.
employee? What is protecting me? Where's the breaking point? And have those sort of discussions. And also, 90% of the time, which I found, have you addressed it with that person?
It's always hush.
Yeah.
You know, this person did that, and have you actually said, let's sit down and let's have a conversation. This is my issues. This is what you're making my life hell with by you doing those things. Can we work on some sort of way that benefits us both? Because if you don't have that conversation, toxic work environment, and for me, toxic work environment is when there's multiple people promoting that type of behavior.
And like I was saying
That's
earlier,
what I believe.
there's very few places that have that. There are very few companies that have that, bro.
Like a full-on
Like a
cultural.
full-on, like, this
it happens.
environment
Look,
is
it does
toxic.
happen. It does happen.
It
I
does,
won't lie.
yeah.
But the thing is that you have to. There is people trying to change it, because not everybody is going to deal with that.